Hello, welcome to the Garden Gurus. I'm Trevor Cochran. I'm in my element in the middle of a beautiful rainforest. Now we're down here in New Zealand at the moment, but there are so many lessons to learn when it comes to rainforests. Generally, the soil types are not that good, but over years, and we're talking thousands of years, the continual shedding of leaves with great big thick layers of mulch improves the soil, and of course with the rainfall you end up with these magnificent trees and ferns, and it's just such a wonderful environment. One that can be recreated if you use the same principles at home, and of course you've got a good water supply. I'm hoping that you're going to love the stories coming up. Here's what we've got for you. Sometimes you just have to use chemicals outdoors. I'll show you how to do it safely. Night shows us this week how to keep your lawn lean, mean and green all through summer. And Bonnie finds out what the fine folks at the Merry Corner Community Garden are up to.
Dig, 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 dig in the ground. I got my spade, I got my hoe, I got my rake, and I'm ready to go.
Horizontal timber slat screens are a very stylish and natural-looking way to solve any fencing, screening and privacy issues. I've had a few issues myself over the years, and every time I've put a screen up, they've gone away. Easily the simplest screen I've installed is the Screen Up from White's. It comes in a kit form with all the bits and pieces you need for every situation. I'm attaching to the end of the veggie garden here using the timber screws. Clamping, measuring, levelling and plumbing are critical and easily done with a tape measure and spirit level. Once the channels are fixed, slide in the spaces and slats until you get to the top. And then on goes the capping piece. It really is that simple. The posts and channels are made from a strong and durable, long-life, powder-coated aluminium in corner and joiner configurations up to 2 metres high, and you can cut them with a hacksaw if need be. This DIY project is perfect for all types of screens and fences, and it's also good as a structure for climbing plants.
Today's garden profile is 20 minutes drive from Melbourne's CBD in the leafy suburbs of Brunswick East. This is Merry Corner Community Garden, a small patch of green life amongst the suburban sprawl. There is so much colour in this garden. We have poppies, calendulas, and check this one out. This is borage, and this is a great plant to have in your garden, not only just for the bees, but you can actually eat the flowers as well. And it's also good to track pollination in your garden, especially if you're growing lots of veggies, because the flowers start out this royal blue colour, and when the bees come and take the pollen, they turn into a beautiful pink. If you have a small garden bed next to a fence line and you're a little bit stumped as to what you can do with it, you can take some great inspiration from a community garden just like this one. And what they've done, they've put in a whole bunch of fruit trees and espaliered them all along the fence line. And you've got this beautiful quince here. It's probably around 6 to 7 years old, maybe a bit older, and it's covered in white flowers. And when these flowers do drop, you'll start getting big, beautiful fruit forming. And it's also mirrored by some beautiful citrus either side, and it's a real statement when you walk in here. I love my annual plants, and you may have recently seen my top 5 flowering annuals. And this is actually another one that I really love. It's called calendula. Now it is more of a winter grower, so in this sort of heat that we're getting in the spring, it can start to show signs of stress. And one of them is this is rust. It's got a real bad case of it. And when the water hits that leaf, it will disperse those spores and it will spread right through the garden. It can be treated with a fungicide, but if you want to stay organic in your garden, just like this community garden, you can just simply sacrifice the plant, rip it out and put something new in. Community gardens are a great way to meet new people and broaden your garden knowledge all at the same time.
Oh, I love lavender. The aroma on the flowers is beautiful. The bees love them, and this is my favourite type. It's French lavender. Now, they'll flower for you pretty much year-round, but to keep them looking their best and stop them getting too woody and leggy, you should give them a prune once a year, and the best time to do that is mid-spring. More good tips coming up after the break.
Chamomile is the most recommended herb for sleep. Lots of people resonate with it and lots of physicians recommend it. I love chamomile. I picked these plants from Swan Valley Nursery and they are a great addition to any garden. These plants will grow tiny daisy-like flowers that have a beautiful wildflower look. This variety is called German chamomile. It's a great choice for your home herb garden. The plants flower best in full sun, but in hot climates, partial shade is a better choice. You can pick and dry the leaves and flowers and then store them in an airtight container to seal in the freshness, ready for the teapot. Instead of getting a prescription or sleeping pills, give chamomile a go. While sleeping medications have their place, most leave you feeling groggy and unrefreshed the next day. More than anything else, just winding down with a cup of chamomile tea as part of your bedtime ritual can do wonders to your health. Now, don't lose sleep over this. Instead, grab some chamomile plants from the local garden center and try getting a good night's sleep.
I love my lawn so much, I regularly dream about it. Oh, yes. Oh, soft to touch, the green. Oh, velvet. Fertilising, mowing, lawn. Whenever I'm staying at my favourite Airbnb in Mount Macedon, Brougham Corner, there's no finer sight to wake up to than a lush, green, healthy lawn. It's been a great spring and lawns are really powering now into summer. And with Christmas not far away, I've got a special treat for these lawns, an early Christmas present. And when you see it, I think you're gonna like it. Feeding your lawn through the growing season helps to keep it looking good. We're talking important, life-giving nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, plus all the trace elements. Fertilawn contains up to 60 natural minerals, plus the ingredient that makes it super special and is the result of 15 years of research, a suite of up to 24 strains of carefully selected Australian cultured beneficial soil microbes that play a vital role in improving and then maintaining soil health, which is vital for lush lawns year-round. The microbes break down the minerals, making them readily available for your lawn, and some of them eat the thatch layer, reducing the need for verti-mowing or scarifying. And I tell you what, all this talk of microbes is getting me hungry. Troforte Fertilawn is a world-first Australian breakthrough in plant nutrition technology and is proudly made in Australia to suit our unique soils and weather. The smaller granule size means that they won't get picked up by the mower blades, and just 3 applications a year is all you need to have your lawn looking absolutely fantastic. And another thing that's really good about the probiotic microbes is that over time they reduce the need for the use of chemical pesticides and insecticides, plus they help fight off many soil-borne diseases. New to the range is this Troforte liquid lawn food, covering up to 240 square metres. This gear is low odour, river and reef safe, rainfast after 2 hours, and lasts up to 3 months. It promotes healthy, vigorous root growth and is suitable for all lawns, including buffalo. With Christmas coming up, folks, you don't want to be leaving things to the last minute. I know what I'll be giving my lawns.
Now, this really is the best time of the year for growth in the garden, but it's not just your plants that are growing. Pest populations tend to take off this time of the year as well.
In this day and age of health, well-being and nutrition, we're always hearing about the latest superfood. It might be the Amazonian berries, seeds from the Himalayan caves, or maybe it's the Guatemalan grass juice. I mean, who knows what's next? But I've got a tried and tested superfood that I've been using for years, and it's never let me down. Springtime is when our soils are heating up and our plants are responding to the warmer conditions with an explosion of growth, flowers and foliage. You can just imagine the amount of energy needed to support all of this. It really is incredible. PowerFeed ticks all the boxes for plant growth and soil improvements, and you can use it on all your plants, including natives and your edibles. This is a high-potency, organically based fertiliser formulated to provide a dynamic balance of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, trace elements and amino acids, boosting growth and health and stimulating flowering and fruiting. PowerFeed also contains a highly active liquid compost that conditions the soil and improves nutrient uptake. Being a liquid, it goes to work immediately and you can apply it to the foliage and the soil, and that's what you want, folks. Oh yes. It also comes in a 2-litre hose-on pack, which covers up to 100 square metres. It's got the fish emulsion and seaweed, which your plants just love, and then there's the clay breaker, and it helps reduce nutrient loss in sandy soils. And with regular applications of this, folks, you'll have your garden singing in no time. Yep, she's singing.
We spent a lot of time on this show sharing ideas on how to enjoy greater gardening success. This includes using chemicals, treatments for pests a lot of the time, and I want to share a little tip with you. You see, it doesn't matter whether it's an insecticide, a herbicide, whether on the bottle it says it's all natural ingredients or it's a chemical. If it's designed to kill a living organism, you have to be very careful with how you use them. This goes for all chemicals. Some people think that something labelled safe or natural means you are safer, but that's not true. If it kills a plant or a bug, if it comes in contact with your skin, if you can smell it, then it's impacting your body in some way. So covering up is vitally important. So what equipment do you need? Well, overalls can be washed or a spray suit is ideal. There's the white disposable types available and they're cost effective. Rubber boots or waterproof work boots are ideal. Remembering you're going to want to wash them down after you finish spraying. Rubber gloves are absolutely essential. If you don't have waterproof gloves, don't spray. And last but not least, make sure you've got yourself one of these masks. Now, what they do is protect you from inhaling any of the ingredients. And it doesn't matter if you've got a hose on or a premix like this, these sort of dust masks, which are also designed for fumes and fine sprays, they're ideal. But if you've got quite a toxic chemical you're using, something that you want to be super careful with, get a professional mask with the canisters on them. Now, they're the rubber face masks, and those canisters you replace every 6 to 12 months, depending upon how often you use them. And when it comes to mixing chemicals, set your sprayer down on a level surface and only apply the recommended amount in concentrate first. Then fill with water and make sure you wash down any spills to dilute them into a harmless level. One of the most important rules is to never spray on a windy day, regardless of whether you're applying a herbicide or insecticide. You don't want spray drifting onto your neighbour's garden or onto plants that you don't want treated. Apply direct to the plant you want to control the pest with, and never beyond that. Applying insecticides generally can build up a tolerance in the pests, and this means you're going to have to apply more chemical more often, and when it no longer works, perhaps you'll have to use something more toxic. Glyphosate has gotten a lot of bad publicity recently. It's used by millions of people daily, And without it, weeds like arum lily and blackberry would have invaded and devastated our bushlands. In some cases, it would have wiped out native plants and animals. And we have to use this chemical as it's the safest option of the chemicals that are currently available to treat these kinds of noxious weeds and pests. Now remember, it doesn't matter what it says on the label, whether it's natural, whether it's a chemical. If it kills an insect, if it kills a plant, you don't want that coming in contact with your body. It's just so much wiser to make sure you cover up. No shorts, no thongs. Let's be clever, let's be smart, let's be safe.
I want to introduce you to this plant here. It's called Acanthus mollis, also known as the oyster plant. And how stunning are these flowers? Now, if you have a shaded area, and especially a tree like this one, and you've got a vacant spot underneath it, one of these would love to grow in that area. Now, for more great tips, stay tuned after the break.
I'm undertaking two really important seasonal jobs in my garden today, and I thought I'd share them with you. One is growing my own turmeric, cardamom, seasonal stuff like galangal and ginger. It's really easy to do, and it all starts with these things, corms and of course tubers. The thing is, you need to grow them now, so plant the corms, and this is what you do. Ginger has all these knobbly bits, break them off. Each one is a future plant, and in 6 months' time, around 500 grams to 1 kilo of ginger will be the result. The big bits, well, they can go back into the kitchen for using now. Now, I've got all these small bits that would have normally been wasted in the kitchen anyway, but they are all individual plants, and growing them is as easy as putting them in a bright, sunny spot in the garden, or in this instance, they're going into my glasshouse where I live, gets a little bit cooler, so the warmer conditions inside here is always good for growing these different types of subtropical and tropical plants. And have a look at these guys. They'll do, the ginger in particular, incredibly well in this environment, but they also grow well in a veggie pod. I've got one just down there, I'm going to put some in that as well. The white shade cloth is special. It does filter some light out, but its ability to disperse light into the growing area means more compact, bigger, wider, lush, healthy plants. To get the best results, use a red tick premium potting mix when you're planting, and you'll find it hard to beat this blend from Osmocote. And the other job I'm doing, well, these little guys, they're baby apricots, and the only one that loves them more than me is fruit fly. It's like candy in the candy store, and the only way to control them is to bait them. Whether you set up traps or paint on a bait on the trunk itself, it's vitally important that you do something about it right now. Painting it on is just as it sounds. This is a pheromone-activated insecticide that gets the fruit fly before they sting the fruit. You have to paint it over the branches though, and if it rains, you're going to have to do it again. The trap option is the easiest. So grab some Vegemite. You'll need a big daub, a tablespoon at least per container, and about 5 mils of insecticide. Add some water, mix it up, and hang it from the tree. Replace it fortnightly for best results. That means that you're probably going to need to do up 4 to 6 different mixes throughout the season. So make sure you grab a big jar of Vegemite. There are two types of fruit fly that you have to worry about, the Mediterranean and of course the Queensland fruit fly, and they affect fruit right across Australia, everywhere except for South Australia, where they continue to bait and try and control them, stopping them getting into the borders. Now is the time to do it, and if you use this 2-bait system that I've given you, a 4 square metre tree like this with probably 30 kilos of fresh apricots will be fully protected. But you have to do it now, this weekend. If you want the bait details, simply check out our website.
I always like to stay on top of lawn weeds, and hand removal is often the best way. It's certainly the most fun. And being a man of tradition, which I think must come from my English heritage, I was instantly drawn to the classical style and sophisticated design of this hand weeder. Mirror-polished stainless steel and a smooth touch, contoured timber handle with leather strap make this hand tool a statement of sophistication and quality. I've got some veggies to plant in the patch here, but before I get going, some soil prep is essential because veggies love a highly nutritious soil. The key here is to add compost, organic matter or cow manure like I've done, and then it's the all-important tillering or turning over, mixing it through the soil, improving the structure and allowing all-important air, water and nutrients to penetrate deep into the soil, resulting in healthier, happier plants. It's an absolutely beautiful thing, folks. The tiller features strong carbon steel tines and a T-bar handle for superior control. Its ergonomic design assists to reduce back strain. I've always been a fan of a nice tight fit, and these gloves are no exception. It's like my old man always used to say, it's when they're too loose you got problems, Nige. And you know what? He was right. The Cyclone Flexi-Tech gardening gloves are made from synthetic leather and stretch fabric, which is comfortable, breathable, and abrasion resistant.
Well, how beautiful are these? This is the rose Pierre de Ronsard, and it is absolutely gorgeous this time of the year. Now's the time to be picking the flowers, because if you do that, you're going to stimulate more flower production and you'll get it right through to Christmas. So make sure you get out, cut them, take them inside for somebody you love, and you can't go wrong. Now, if you want any more information from today's show, all you have to do is simply check out our website. Of course, if you've got a question, ask it on Facebook. We love to share our tips, advice, and help people out. So please do that. I'm Trevor Cochran. We'll see you next week for the Garden Gurus.